At God's command, Moses and his brother Aaron were to meet with Pharaoh once again and utter the famous words, Shalach et ami, let my people go. God had told them,
Pharaoh will say to you, show me a miracle. When he does, tell Aaron to take his rod and throw it on the ground before Pharaoh. The rod will turn into a snake.
Once they arrived, everything happened just as the Lord had told them.
Show me a miracle.
Aaron, take your rod and throw it down before Pharaoh.
Aaron threw his rod on the ground and it turned into a snake. Pharaoh called his sorcerers, who did the same with their magic arts. They threw their rods on the ground and they also turned into snakes. However, Aaron's rod swallowed theirs. However, Pharaoh's heart remained hardened. He continued to refuse to listen to Moses and Aaron, just as the Lord had said. From there, one of the most amazing spiritual wars in the Bible began. Sabbath School Light presents the series, Exodus, Journey to the Promised Land. Have you ever seen an optical illusion that looks like one thing at first, but when you look closely, it's something else entirely?
Yes, like the one that looks like a young woman, but then she looks like an old woman.
No! First she looks like an old woman, and then she looks like a young woman.
This drawing was made in 1915 by the English artist William and is titled, My Wife and My Mother-in-Law. A group of researchers from Flinders University in Australia conducted a study based on this image. They showed it to 393 people, men and women of different ages, for less than a second, and found that older people tend to see the older woman first, while younger people tend to see the younger woman first. Curious, isn't it? When reading the account of the plagues, many see a punishing God who unjustly hardens Pharaoh's heart. However, when we take a closer look, we discover that the story reveals the image of a God of love. So, this week's question is, what can we learn from the story of the plagues when we take a deeper look? First, what was God fighting against? Imagine a child who gets seriously ill from time to time.
Maybe he has an allergy.
Or maybe there's something in the environment.
The father investigates and discovers that the cause is invisible but dangerous, toxic mold in the walls. So, he starts an all-out war against the mold. He knocks down walls, changes ceilings, cleans every nook and cranny. The neighbor thinks the man has an exaggerated fight against the walls. But what is his real fight? It's against his son's sickness. Can you see it? That's what happens in the story of the plagues. In Exodus 12:12, God says he would execute his sentence against all the gods of Egypt.